Cheers! How you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? It's a Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday before Christmas, man. Just got home from work a bit ago. Since it's Whiskey Wednesday, I thought I'd do a Whiskey Wednesday video with you, combined with a five songs video. Haven't done a five songs for a while. Been doing a lot of Christmas stuff, but I needed a little break, man. So I got some songs queued up. So the connection for this five song video is a single artist, Scott Ellison, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've seen this man probably about a dozen or so times over the years, but I haven't seen him since 2015. In all honesty, I haven't seen him in my neck of the woods. But I know he's got one new song out that's on this mix of five songs. One new song from 2021. I've got a song on here from 2020 as well, and then some of the older stuff that I've listened to over the years. So there you go. I'm going to crank some Scott Ellison, and I'll tell you about the whiskey. First song is Steamin'. Oh, mercy, Percy. Mercy, Percy. So I've got 3 ounces even poured. Let me show you that glass. Using my festive holiday glass. I've got 3 ounces even of Jefferson's Ocean H2C, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, very small batch, 45% or 90 proof. Let me show you that bottle. I've been wanting to try this for quite some time, but it runs about $80 a bottle almost everywhere you go. But about 2 months ago, I found it at a Sam's for $63, so went ahead and picked it up for that price. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is good. I enjoy it. There's a lot going on the nose. Like, I certainly get some vanilla, some oak, some coffee, all the usual suspects, but I get a lot of fruit notes as well. Along with some herbal notes. I get a little anise in there, and these you might feel it as a licorice-like note. But I find some raisins, some very dark fruit, some dark cherry, even sour cherry-like notes. Rather sweet initially, little very dark brown sugar with a molasses note. But again, yeah, I feel some golden raisin. You might feel some date and or fig in there. I certainly feel some cherry notes. Some stone fruit, very dark overripe plum. But it dries up completely after it rounds the middle. And that's where you get those huge oak notes along with varied spice. I get a little ginger, some cinnamon, some allspice, to a clove. Oh, it's gorgeous. You got me steaming. Great song, man. Okay, is only about 2.5 hours from here. I should, one of these days just take a road trip and see him in his neighborhood. But then, then 2020 hit and nobody's going anywhere, or nobody should go anywhere. You can't stop some folks from being stupid. But I'm staying my ass home. Gosh, that's good. Oh, wow. You got me steaming. Oh, mercy, Percy, that's tasty. I've got one short day tomorrow, so that's why I thought I'd treat myself to just a little bit. Yeah, just enough for a Whiskey Wednesday. All right. Cook some dinner. Got a short day tomorrow, then I'm off the rest of the week. I didn't do Christmas. I'm only working 3 days next week as well, and I'm taking the rest of the week off. That's some PTO that needs to be used, so there it is. Can't roll it over, so when I use it up. Oh, gosh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, look, if you buy a whiskey, I encourage you to drink it any way you want to. I mean, if a whiskey like this really is caliber to drink neat. But I did try it on the rocks just to see how she'd react. If you want a cocktail, it's fine. Or I would never highball a whiskey like this. I might make a classic cocktail, right? I think this would make a fine Manhattan, where you're not hiding the whiskey, you're kind of elevating the whiskey. The whiskey's the star, and you've got some supporting players. Possibly an old-fashioned, but I don't know that I'd add that much sweetness to a whiskey that's good. My rule of thumb is if you pay for the whiskey, hey man, don't let anybody tell you how to drink it. But here's the however. Here's the however. If you're at somebody's house and they offer you something they feel is special and they offer you to drink it a certain way, you really should drink it that way. Or decline it completely. Because if they're offering you a fine whiskey like this and you put 7-Up in it, I mean, that is no front, man. That is an outright insult. You might as well have said something about his mother. Yeah, because I mean, for me, in all honesty, yeah, that gets you chucked right the hell out of my house. We done. We done. Yeah, I mean, if somebody offers you something, drink it the way they offer it to you. Or turn it down. But never treat good whiskey badly unless you paid for it yourself. And do whatever you want with it. It's not going to hurt me one way or the other. I mean, I'm going to think you're an idiot if you highball a whiskey like this. I'm not going to try to stop you from doing it. I don't care. It's your whiskey. It makes me know, never mind. But if you ask me my opinion, I'm going to tell you. Anyway, cheers. This is the new song, 2021. I think it's going to have a whole album to follow, but right now it's just one song, Howling Like a Hurricane. You can hear he's very traditional blues. He's an amazing live performer, though. Seeing this man live, so I will tell you a story. It may make me get sad a little bit for a second, but the last time I saw him was in 2015. He was opening at Nathan P. Murphy's. He was at Nathan P. Murphy's opening for The Great Les Doodat. And like I said, I've seen him several times over the years. But my son Seamus will go to a lot of these shows with me. So when I was there in 2015, he'd asked about Seamus, and I told him, we lost him to cancer 2 years ago. And he said, "Oh man, I'm sorry, man." And he kind of gave me a little man hug, condolences, And it was nice, but he was one of those guys that he's very humble, very welcoming. So anyway, at the point in the show where he, sells merchandise, I walked up, prepared to purchase his new disc at the time, and he opened it up. Of course, he always signed it. He signed it, and he handed it to me. He says, "Man, this one's on me." And that's a gesture I will always remember until he's a great musician. This is my personal favorite song from him, I gotta tell you. And maybe I like it because it is a little bit different than most of his catalog. It's not really traditional blues like most of the stuff really follows a guideline. But this song, a little different, but the lyrics, it's the lyrics for me that I think are just genius. Only outside you wouldn't see. She waits for me. She waits for me. So anyway, yeah, he's just a great performer. I try to remember the first time I saw him was probably 2002 maybe. 2003, somewhere along there, and I saw him several times from about 2002 to 2010. I saw just dozens upon dozens of shows at Nathan P. Murphy, so I would catch him every time. And then there was a time where Nathan P. Murphy's would sell a yearly pass. So, I mean, if you knew you were going to go to X amount of shows, yeah, I mean, I would, as long as they offered that, I bought that pass. The folks at Nathan P. Murphy's, Bob and Wanda, were just awesome anyway. It wasn't necessarily solely a blues club, although it kind of got known as that for a while, but it was a great place for blues. It just the way the building looked, the inside, it just felt like a classic blues club. So anyway. Too much we can say. Forever passes slowly when your skin's on fire and the devil comes to taunt you every day. She made such a fool of you for all those years. God only knows why you couldn't see. She works for me. She works for me. Anyways, I'll let Scott sing the rest of it there. I just love this song. Something about this song that just speaks to me. I just think it's lyric genius, man. But yeah, most of the songs do stick to that blues formula. This one kind of strays a little bit. But it's a great tune anyway. Well, cheese, biscuits, and gravy. Cheese, biscuits, and gravy, man. Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a long-ass week, even though it's only a Wednesday. I'm just tired. I've been feeling beat up the last few weeks. It's like that accumulation, right, where you know you're going to have just an extended time off, and I'm there. I'm right at that moment. Because I got to work tomorrow, and I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then it's back to normal again as we head into the new year. I'll go back to work till the 3rd. Breathe Underwater. This was an album from last year. It's a great album, too. Skyline Drive, I believe, is the name of it. When you look at that, make sure I'm not wrong. Skyline Drive. Yeah, it's a great, the whole album from start to finish. And I only added one song because I wanted to cover as much ground as I could, right? I wanted to get the 2 newest tunes in, but I also wanted to get some from, some of his older stuff in there. The knife in the back. I don't know that I've ever paid attention to it. As I listened to the new song, and I really listened to Skyline Drive, and then some of the others down, 4th of July, for instance. I really hadn't paid attention until now. So wow, he writes a lot of heartbreak stuff. He's like the music version of a tragedy writer. He writes a lot of tragedies. Writes a lot of 3.5-minute tragedies. And I hadn't noticed it. I don't know why I never put that together before. But I was listening to him today while I was driving. I had the music playing while I was driving today. Man, there's a lot of song after song. There's a lot of heartbreak going today. So Scott Ellison's a tragedy. He writes tragedies, man. 3.5 minutes. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, like I said, I've seen this guy I don't know how many times over the years. At least a dozen, but probably more. I think that's a conservative estimate. But I don't know how I never noticed that before. It was like an epiphany. Hey, wait a minute. As I listened to song after song, man, that's a heartbreak song. That's a heartbreak song. That's a heartbreak song. Even She Works For Me is a heartbreak song. I mean, he writes tragedies. I mean, he sticks with what he knows, I guess, but gosh, I hope he hasn't dealt with that much tragedy. Because that's a lot of heartbreak, man. That's a lot of heartbreak, Mr. Ellison. Anyway. Well, as we get closer to the holiday season, I hope people aren't going too nuts. I mean, I guess I quit worrying about it a long time ago, right? I mean, it got to the point where my wife and I quit doing gifts for each other because it kind of seemed pointless. Because you know, we kind of take care of each other the year round, so we decided to put the energy at Christmas towards our kids, and now we do this. Now it's just about the grandkids. You know, we all need something, we take care of it. But now there's not that pressure. And this year, it's just going to be my wife and I for Christmas. A couple months ago, well, I guess about the first part of November, I purchased a half a hog from a friend who raises Berkshire Heritage hogs. So for Thanksgiving, I did the turkey like you do. But for Christmas, I'm going to do a ham because I got that Berkshire Heritage ham, man. And the other products I've had are just amazing. The pork chops are insane. The ground pork is the leanest ground pork you'll ever have in your life. But yeah, so, yeah, we're going to do a ham. Since the wife and I, we're going to keep the meal simple. Her thing is a salad, so I'm going to let her do whatever she wants to do. She'll probably make more than we need, but that's okay. As far as the other stuff, like I said, I'm going to do the ham. I'm going to probably do some sweet potatoes. And I'll probably do some mashed potatoes as well, because that's kind of, you know, how I grew up. Everything had mashed potatoes, so. But I don't know that we'll do much. I mean, I'm not going to do that green bean monstrosity that people seem to like, because I don't. I don't know that we'll do anything else, but I don't think it's about an extravagant meal. It's about, you know, it's about enjoying the meal. Either doing something different or just doing something that's a tradition. 4th of July. This is our last song, I believe. Again, this is a classic blues style, full formula. But if you ever get a chance to see Mr. Ellison in your neck of the woods, I know he tours nationally. If you ever get a chance to see him, please go. The guy is amazing, man. Not only is he a great musician, but he's just a nice man. He's just a decent human being, right? I mean, he didn't have to, you know, say anything to me. He didn't have to mention, you know, talk about my son, but he took the time and, you know, he genuinely listened, man. You know, give me a pat on the shoulder, little man hug, you know. Gave me the CD, which he didn't have to, and I didn't ask for, but it was a nice gesture, man. And Nathan P. Murphy's is kind of different. There are a lot of between sets and shows. He says Scott Ellison opened for Les Dudek, so in between I walk outside and I talk to Bob, the owner of the place, and then Scott would come out and he'd have a conversation with him. I mean, he's just funny. He's just great human beings. But I remember over the years, you know, he'd sit down at the bar, and he didn't drink. I want to point that out. He didn't drink. But he'd sit down at the bar and he'd talk, and he got to know me over the years, so a lot of times he'd just come over and sit by me, and we'd just have a conversation. But knowing he needed to rest, I usually wouldn't initiate the conversation. I think if the artist wants to talk, I'll talk to him. But sometimes the artist doesn't want to be pestered, and I try to be respectful, but he's one of those just genuinely nice individuals. So if you get a chance to see Mr. Ellison, please do it. It got dark in here all of a sudden. I had some light outside. Now it got dark on me. Now it got dark. Dear, would you mind kicking that light on? Turning that light on? Yeah. There we go. Now I got some lighting. There we go. Thank you. It got dark. I had it perfect, but then it got dark outside. Anyway, so my lighting director took care of that. My lighting director. Anyway, she's also my sous chef, my secretary. I was gonna say something else, but since she's sitting right here, I didn't. Anyway, I digress. Fourth of July, it's great too. Anyway, as we come to the end, let me show you this bottle one more time. Jefferson's Ocean, blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, Very small batch, agency, 90 proof. We'll show you the back of the bottle, and it gives you a little map. 4th of July. I am come to Whiskey Whisper, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor wisdom man. The 4th of July. The band's great. Anyway, all around good guy. Thanks, guys.